If you're running an e-commerce store and your product pages are getting decent traffic but your conversion rate is less than 3%, there are specific psychological triggers you are missing that are costing you money every single day. This video will show you the exact strategies you can immediately implement right from the moment a buyer lands on your page down to tapping the final payment button, all focused on one goal: removing all hesitation from their mind and making them pull out their wallets. So grab a pen and paper to note this down and let's get started. So here's the first thing that's probably killing your conversions, and it's going to make you wince a little when you realize how obvious it is. When your buyer first lands on your product page, this is what should happen. Their brain should instantly understand what you are selling and why they need it, without any ounce of confusion or extra work. Your prospect's brain makes a buy or bounce decision in about 3 seconds. Most store owners think you can do this by making things look pretty. Dead wrong. You need a layer that reduces cognitive load, making it so easy for someone to understand your product that buying simply becomes the obvious next step. Keeping all of this in mind, the very first thing that messes with your CRO is message congruency. If your ad promised 50% off premium skincare and your product page talks about luxury anti-aging solutions, you have already lost them. Your messaging must flow seamlessly, and the promise in your ad needs to match exactly what they see when they land. Not that they have landed and can now see the visible section of the page without scrolling, aka above the fold section. If they can't immediately see the product title, main benefit, engaging product images, call to action button, price and payment options, and at least one piece of social proof without scrolling, you have already lost them. But some pages make this mistake. They try to cram more things than necessary about the fold. You only need to have the absolute essentials that trigger the buying decision. Secondary details like full specifications, shipping info, and detailed reviews can live below the fold in organized tabs for better information architecture. Now, here's how 7 to 8 figure store optimize their product titles. Your product title should be one line, not 3. When your title wraps to multiple lines, it immediately signals to brain that this is complicated. One line equals simple, multiple lines equals complex. Your brain makes this distinction before you even read the words. Short attention span, remember. And speaking of the brain psychology, there's something called the ownership effect that you are probably underutilizing. Instead of saying this shirt is made from premium cotton, say your new favorite shirt is made from premium cotton. That one word, your instead of the, creates psychological ownership before they even buy. Now, generous white space throughout your product page design is crucial. Information needs to be in digestible chunks with clear progression paths. This prevents overwhelming users and guides them naturally toward the purchase decision. Now that we have grabbed their attention and encouraged them to scroll down, they start exploring your product through hierarchy. You either hook them completely or lose them forever. Let's talk about product images, because this is where I see most stores throwing money down the drain every single day. If you're still using those sterile, white background product photos as your main images or generic manufactured photos, you are missing out on massive conversions. Here's why. Those images don't help people imagine themselves using your product. The human brain is wired to make decisions based on visualization. When someone can picture themselves using your product, they are already halfway to buying it. That's why human model photography showing real people using or wearing your product consistently outperforms stock photography. Also, people try to mimic those models and want to grab the product as soon as possible to look and feel like them. But also know that they don't have to be too perfect to stage. The most converting lifestyle photo feel authentic, like they were taken by a friend, not a professional photographer. Speaking of visual elements, videos are a must-have. If you are not using product videos in 2025, you are essentially competing with one hand tied behind your back. But not just any videos, you need video-heavy product pages with multiple types of content. Product demonstration videos showing installation and use cases, and video reviews from real customers. As I mentioned, we are dealing with the modern brain rot attention span. People who consume content in 15-second chunks. Your product videos need to grab attention in first 3 seconds and deliver value throughout. Trust me on this one. A 30-second video showing your product in action will convert better than 20 perfect still images every single time. Now, let's get into the product page copy. Your product headlines should be between 50 to 65 characters for optimal readability, and it must instantly hint at the main benefit. And more importantly, they need unique product naming that makes the product stand out and be more memorable to customers. Don't just call it cotton shirt. Try naming it Cloud9 Comfort Tee or anything that stands out. You get the idea, right? Use bold text or highlighting to emphasize the crucial product information. Guide people's eye to what matters the most. But don't forget forget to include a more info button for products requiring a detailed consideration. This helps reduce the cognitive load while ensuring the info is there for, let's say, technical product or high-ticket items where customers need depth and expertise before buying. And if your product demands, then you shouldn't miss downloadable resources. Companies like Rode sell microphones, but they also provide downloadable manuals, setup guides, and educational resources. This builds confidence in product support and adds massive perceived value to your offering. If you're realizing how complex e-commerce optimization really is and want to master the fundamentals of building a profitable store first, check out my complete e-commerce crash course. It covers everything from product selection to optimizing conversion rates, so I will add the link in the description. Now, back to the point. When your prospects reach the point where they are seriously considering your product, pricing becomes a make or break moment. And this is something that makes most store owners uncomfortable: pricing psychology. Because where you put your price and how you display it directly impacts whether people buy or bounce. Most stores put their price on front and center, making it the most prominent element on the page. So you need to position your pricing carefully because price placement shapes perception. Use this psychological trick. You don't want it to be too prominent, meaning you must prevent price from becoming the most attention-grabbing element on your page. Use small font size on an optimal position that helps achieve this. Let people fall in love with your product first before they notice the cost, otherwise they will make a snap judgment and walk away. A well-positioned price doesn't shout, it waits until the value is clear. But let me tell you even better trick: emotional versus rational decision pricing. If you are targeting emotional buyers, like if your target audience consists of people shopping based on desire, use rounded prices like $50 or $100. If you are targeting irrational buyers, people comparing specs and features, use precise pricing like for $7, $95 or something like that. Match your pricing presentation to customer psychology and decision-making process. Now, here's a small strategy that makes big difference, and it is to show your premium options first to help position the rest as reasonable. I said reasonable, not cheap. This leverages anchoring bias in pricing perception. When people see the $200 version first, the $100 version feels like a bargain. And turn it into even better if it's possible for you to offer multiple product variants or packages. Always display 3 options with your middle one labeled as the most popular or recommended choice. This leverages what is called the Goldilocks effect. And almost 60 to 70% of customers will choose the middle option because it feels just right. Not too expensive like the premium, not too basic like the entry level. And this should also be your highest margin option. Right when your prospect might start hesitating and looking for reasons not to buy by looking at the prices or some other factor, this is when your discount and offer strategies need to kick in and push them over the edge. So let's talk about how you can present those, because how you present your deals can make or break the sale. Always provide discount reasoning. Instead of just 20% off, say weekend special or seasonal sale. This creates urgency without negative emotions and maintains product value perception. Make your offers omnipresent. Display them on your product images, in banners, and in multiple locations throughout the page. But don't make it look like spammy. And for sale prices, try this layout. Strike through the original price and then a clear now price button and a label showing exact savings amount. Treat customers like 5th graders by clearly calculating savings for them. No one has got time for mental maths. Now, here's a rule of 100. Show percentage discounts for products under $100, like 25% off, and dollar amounts for products over $100, like $75 off. This psychological tendency makes people perceive larger numerical values as bigger benefits. You also need to deploy any genuine urgency / scarcity / FOMO that you can to boost quick decisions by prospects. You can do this with real-time inventory updates like only 5 items left, and don't forget charm pricing. If your sale is ending or it's an hours-based offer, display the countdowns prominently. Instead of the limited time offer, explain why the offer is limited. Be creative. Something like weekend special to celebrate our new warehouse opening or something like that. It feels more authentic. For free gifts, the bundling works incredibly well. You can say something like free gifts with orders above $75. With limited time messaging creates both urgency and increased cart values. But make sure the free gift actually adds value and relates to the main product. You don't want to leave your clients with negative feelings for your brand. Quick pause here. If you're watching this and thinking, this makes sense, but I need help implementing these strategies while still running my business, that's exactly what we help store owners with. We work with selective e-commerce brands to optimize their entire conversion funnel from product pages to checkout. We handle everything from CRO audits to media mentions on major outlets like Yahoo News, Bloomberg, that build massive trust with your customers. If you want to see how we can help scale your store store, there's a link in the description to book a call with us. Now, let's get into the triggers that separate the stores from making millions from the ones barely scraping by. When prospects are in that crucial deciding phase, they need to see that other people just like them have bought and loved your product. Social proof isn't just about showing reviews. It's about showing the right reviews in the right way at the right time.
Right place at the right time.
But don't do feature lazy, fake sounding reviews. Disregard great product 5 stars. That tells me nothing. Here's the kind of reviews you want to have. I've tried 7 different skincare products this year, and this is the only one that helped me improve my skin and feel like new by using it just for 2 weeks. The difference? Specificity, statistics, and context. Strong social proof includes the struggle, the comparison, and the specific outcome with measurable results that help your audience visualize their own transformation and sets clear expectation for what they will experience. So, get every possible genuine reviews that you can. Request your audience to share pictures of your products in use. And if you haven't implemented the next strategy yet, then you are leaving money on the table. And that is to feature authentic user-generated content. Video testimonials demolish text-only version in conversion rates. Here's a beautiful part. They don't need to be Hollywood production level. The most converting video testimonials in 2025 feel raw and authentic, like your best friend just grabbed their phone to tell you about something amazing they discovered. One way of doing this authentically is to include a personalized note with each order offering a discount on their next purchase if they share a video about what they think about your product. It's simple, low-cost way to get the most authentic UGC that boosts engagement, build trust, and drives repeat sales like nothing else. Don't forget to use the bandwagon effect. Wear that over 10k sold badge with pride. Over 1k sold this month works even better. It creates urgency and social momentum simultaneously. Also, media mentions work incredibly well. As featured in sections with logos from major publications build massive authority. This is why we help our clients get featured in Bloomberg, Yahoo News, and other major outlets, along with managing their marketing campaigns from A to Z, including SEO and ads. Coming back to the point, display authority and expertise indicators prominently on product pages and throughout the checkout process. Industry association logos, certifications, and expert endorsements should be visible and credible, especially if you are a manufacturer. Alright, right before they are ready to add to cart, prospects need that final confidence boost that you are legitimate and their money is safe. Every single element on your product page either builds trust or destroys it. There's no neutral. That cheap looking security badges is actually making people less likely to trust you. That generic money back guarantee that looks like it was copied from every other store is background noise. Here's what actually builds trust. Specific value propositions in a scrolling bar showcasing a lifetime warranty, money-back guarantees, and other benefits. This reduces purchase anxiety by addressing common concern upfront. Your payment security information should include safe and secure checkout messaging with payment authority seals. But here's the key. These trust signals and security badges are most effective when placed near payment forms and CTAs, not buried under your footer. When buyers are finally ready to take action, your call to action and site navigation need to make buying feel effortless. So let's talk about your call to action optimization, because your CTA button can make or break the entire experience. You need simplified but descriptive, clear, and compelling full-width call to action buttons throughout the page, beginning above the fold. But here's the data that will blow your mind. Red buttons consistently outperform other colors by 5 to 10%. We have tested this extensively with our clients, and while you want to stay aligned with your brand, testing different button colors can dramatically impact conversions. The key is making sure your CTA stands out from everything else on the page. Now, let's talk about the fatal mistake that I have seen many store owners make. You just cannot afford to under-optimize. It's a suicide mission to losing buyers that are one click away from making the purchase. It's having a search bar that has no tolerance of spelling errors or variable product names. Your search bar functionality needs to be absolutely agile, including spelling error tolerance and alternate product name recognition. People don't always search for your exact product names, so your site needs to understand the intent. And since most of your customers are shopping on mobile, every single strategy we have covered needs to work flawlessly on small screens. So let's talk about mobile optimization here. Mobile shoppers are more impulsive, more easily distracted, and more likely to abandon if anything feels different. Your mobile product pages need to be designed for thumb navigation, not mouse clicks. Here's what that means practically. Sticky add to cart buttons at the bottom of the screen, swipe-based navigation that feels native to mobile, and thumbs-on optimization where important elements are easily reachable with one thumb. Check your images carefully. They need to load fast without compromising the quality. Test on actual smaller screen dimensions, not just desktop simulators. And that's not how real people use mobile phones. Test on actual phones with thumbs while walking around. That's when you will discover the real friction points. And because all of us hate filling long forms, enable autofill and auto login option. Moreover, page speed is absolutely critical for mobile. If your page takes longer than 3 seconds to load, you are losing almost 53% of potential customers before they even see your product. Sites loading in 1 second achieve 3 times higher conversion rates than 5-second sites. Alright, this is the moment of truth. When prospects are at checkout page ready to enter their payment information, so let's talk about checkout optimization. Every additional step in your checkout process costs you customers. Every form field you make them fill out costs you customers. Every time you make them create an account costs you customers. The goal is to make buying as easy as falling off a log. One-click checkout, autofill options, and a guest checkout should be standard. Make sure your entire ordering process is streamlined from product page to completed purchase. Every additional click is a conversion killer. But here's what most stores miss. You need multiple payment methods displays upfront, not just credit cards. Get as many payment channels linked with your store as possible and show all of these options clearly, including PayPal, credit cards, Apple Pay, Google Pay, and buy now, pay later or installment options you accept. When people see their preferred payment method, they are more likely to complete the purchase. Include pre-selected checkout options for upsells, but make them clearly optional. Display installment payment options, especially for high-priced items. Even if someone can afford to pay the full price, seeing $200 per month for 5 months feels less intimidating than $1,000 now. To squeeze every possible conversion from your traffic, let's talk about some advanced strategies that are working right now in 2025. Cross-selling and upselling need to be strategic. Your frequently bought together section should make sense, feel natural and not forced. Include several relevant upsells without making your cart look messy or overwhelming. Implement friction-free live chat and customer support. Your AI chat needs to be optimized and tested to suit your target audience. It must respond reasonably and handle queries properly, not just give generic responses or be salesy. For shipping and delivery, promote free shipping prominently near add to cart button. Include easy returns messaging and clean notice bars that reaffirm free shipping on orders above certain amounts. Same-day shipping options can be massive conversion boosters for the right products. And quiz funnels are incredibly powerful for product recommendation. They help customers find the right product while feeling guided rather than overwhelmed by choices. Also, exit intent pop-ups with coupon codes can recover abandoning visitors, but make them valuable, not annoying, like Temu. Reminder systems for left behind items work well when they add value rather than just pestering. Now, a little heads up for emerging technologies. AR, try before you buy, and 3D product interaction will be accessible soon, so keep an eye out to become early adopters. These will recreate the physical shopping experience online and can dramatically increase sales. AI-powered size recommendations using machine learning algorithms will be able to address the number one reason for returns in fashion or footwear. To make sure all these strategies work and improve your results, you need a systematic approach to testing and optimization because CRO is fundamentally a game of A/B testing. You need to test everything: buttons, banners, backgrounds, copy, fonts, colors, and contrast. But here's the key: test one element at a time so you know what's actually driving the results. Session recording analysis helps you identify rage clicks, U-turns, and common issues that pure analytics miss. Heat map analysis show you behavioral data visualized through warm and cool engagement areas. Use the duplicate ad testing method. Change only the URL to a new landing page to test different variations with identical traffic sources. Set your campaigns to 7-day click attribution to get accurate conversion tracking and understand your true customer journey. Alright, everything I've shared so far leads to this one master strategy that ties it all together. It's called the psychological ownership system, and it's the difference between stores that struggle and stores that scale. Here's how it works. From the moment someone lands on a product page, every single element should be designed to make them feel like you get their pain and they already see themselves owning your product. The language, the images, the social proof, the trust signals, everything should reinforce the feeling that they need this product in their life. This isn't manipulation, it's understanding how the human brain makes decisions. We are wired to make comparison and visualize ownership. So give people the right context for those comparisons. Show them how their life will be better with your product. Include them in the story of your product. The stores that master this psychological ownership system don't just get higher conversion rates, they get customers who feel connected to the brand and are genuinely excited about their purchase. And remember, excited customers become repeat customers and referrals. That's it for this video. If you got any value, you will love my e-commerce growth strategies that I share every week on my channel. Go ahead and subscribe. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.